What a get. 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 This is amazing right here.
Pinch. What is up, Leo? How are you, buddy?
What is going on? We did it.
We're back. I mean, are we officially back? Does this mean we're back?
We made it.
You definitely upgraded. Look at that background. And I mean, should have told me I would have wore purple. I got the pink. I'm rocking the pink. That looks awesome.
Difficulties. We got a new overlay.
It's kind of a test
Traveling.
Let's be honest. It's kind of like when you're doing product development and a new racket is coming out, but you don't actually get to see it or hit with it in its end form. So this is kind of product development for us and for obviously all the racquetball players. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining us on
Special
this
edition.
holiday special edition, man. Between Christmas and New Year's, what a shocker, Leo. We're a little ambitious saying, yeah, we're just going to throw this in here at 11 a.m. on a Monday. And of course,
And our guests.
Your attitude was great about it. You're like, let's do it. Let's go hot. We got a couple of people we need to speak to. We did get not gonna lie, we did get a request from somebody that others may know, Keith Miner, just to talk some racquetball. There's a lot of good things that have happened. Looks like a lot of good things are coming up. We'll touch on what we can, but we do want to be to the point. And for Leo and I, we're really happy to be back. This is great. We'll put together a schedule or something, a roadmap of how often we will or won't be on here. But it's great to be back, buddy. And again, thank you for all the work you did to get this to happen right now. Because honestly, everyone, it was, Leo, can you pull this off? I can get in front of the camera and talk. Can you make everything else happen? And he said, I'm ready to go. So thanks again.
Hey, between us three, between me, you, and Veronica, yeah, feels good to be back. Good morning, everybody. Super excited. This is awesome. As you can tell, the energy level is high with everything that we do and Sudsy is involved in. So just because we've been away doesn't mean we don't have our finger on the pulse. As you can see, we got a lot to talk about.
Who says that all the time? The great Mark Frank, my doubles partner. I think he's going to start charging me to play with him. He's do you see who he's entered with in Arizona?
No.
In the open doubles?
I didn't look yet.
Alan Natera. Yeah,
he's back.
That's cool, right? Yeah, he's super excited.
They make a good team.
Just got off the phone with him, and he's jumping out of his skin to get back on the court. So we'll be out in Arizona. So this is kind of a little bit of what's going on. We'll be out there for the LPRT event, Mark and I, and Alan, and many others. Hopefully, one or two of the guys that we're going to bring in here in a second will be there. I know you can't make this one.
First LPRT event of the season.
Yeah, it's 16th through the 18th, I believe, right? And if I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry. Again, this is like, Leo, you got to rein me back in if we're.
There's so much. Look at the menu there.
I think
Look at the menu.
there might be some good things coming up. You know, I do. I think, I know we've all there was a negative kind of a vibe and run in the middle of the year. But hey, man, it's racquetball. We love it. Look, we couldn't stay away. And then of course there's some exciting news that we're gonna bring in, and hopefully we're gonna make the turn here.
And we can't talk about everything, but this is just, the meat and potatoes of racquetball. As you see there, USA Racquetball. We'll touch a little bit about some of their events, IRF, LPRT, IRT, main bodies, even NMRA. Maybe on another episode, we can talk about, what's going on with senior racquetball. But a lot to digest, a lot to unpack. We'll try to get through all of it. Like the overlays say, we'll talk about a little bit of pro rankings, where we're at the end of the year. Talk about a little junior racquetball. Junior Worlds just finished up. And then we got some big events coming up for 2026. So it'll be, we'll talk a little bit about 2025, but 2026 is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I do. I'm optimistic I don't want to say for the first time in a long time, because I think I'm generally optimistic, even about the pimple that looks like is popping out of my chin right there, Leo. You didn't tell me about that. See what happens when you shave early in the morning?
Can we bring the chat in here? Is anybody up yet? There's Jason.
Yeah, let's get that chat going. And yeah, Leo, I mean, if you're ready, I'm ready to bring in our first guest, good friend, guy who loves racquetball just as much as all of us. He's keeping it alive, keeping it hot in the Midwest with obviously, the players out there. And I'm sure he'll mention some of the people that are helping him. He's preparing, as well as the state, for a big pro stop. Mm-hmm. And Leo, why don't you introduce our first guest?
Let's bring them in. Let's bring them in and out.
See how quick that goes. Good morning, gentlemen.
What is up, Matt Miller?
Matt
Miller in Minneapolis. Matt, what's the temperature?
It is currently, I live about 4 hours north of Minneapolis, and we are -7 right now.
Ooh.
With about 40-mile-an-hour winds. So it's super, super warm out there.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean you'll actually, like when I grew up in the freezing cold, I just needed to be warm up top. I could wear shorts. I remember vividly coming out of the club, might be snowing or 10 degrees, shorts on off the court, sweatshirt, hoodie. I was good.
Once upon a time, yes, the older I get, the less tolerant I am of the cold, I will admit, though.
Well, you look warm. How's that?
Well, I'm inside. It's a good day to be inside, as we say up here in northern Minnesota. Speaking of that, and a good day to be inside is what I'm here to talk about. We have our 37th annual Minnesota Racquetball Hall of Fame tournament. It's presented by KWM Gutterman and a whole host of others that I really just need a minute to kind of talk about. Leo's introduction, Sudsy's introduction, while flattering is a little not 100% correct, because I'm the one that's helping all these other people. I mean, we can't get something like this done, as you guys both well know, without a bunch of great partners. So I'm just going to real quick talk about some of them. First of all, the tournament is February 26th to March 1st. So we do have a full pro draw and an amateur tournament. It is our Hall of Fame tournament. We have a banquet on Saturday night. The pros start on Thursday, amateurs start on Friday. And as always with our tournament, it's free to come in and watch the pros. It's hard to find that in any other sport. I think you both will agree with that. Mm-hmm. Especially to be as up close and personable as we can be with them. But again, we can't even begin to pull something like this off without our personal secret weapon. And she also happens to have a couple of kids on the pro tour, Miss Karen Bredenbeck. She is really the brains behind everything with this. As you both know her quite well, she might not be the one that's most favorite to get in front of the camera. They let the loudmouth do that, so that's why you have me here. But some of the sponsors in no particular order. Fritz Bredenbeck, another great partner with Minnesota Racquetball. This tournament is a collaboration between the Minnesota Racquetball Association and the Minnesota Racquetball Hall of Fame Legacy Group. A couple of different groups. We've worked together in the past. We were all under one umbrella in the past. We decided to go separate ways. I think we're trying to get back into that one umbrella to get the help of everybody in one camp, so to speak. Some other ones, Formula Flow, of course. We got Countryside Carpentry, and then we got a couple of really special people that are.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I'm sorry. Can I take you out and bring you back in, because there's some kind of feedback.
Yep.
We're getting it in the chat. So give me 1 second.
Yep.
Let's see if
Thank
that
you, Leo.
helps.
Yeah, I didn't
I was
know.
hearing like a feedback. Yes
Yeah,
to
it
the
sounds
noise.
like
Thank you,
there's a-
Jason.
Yep.
I just want to make sure it's him and not one of us. So just give us a second. We'll see if it comes back. And if you could say a couple words too, Suds.
Yeah, so
Audio.
Matt's here promoting the event, February 26th to March 1st, IRT event. Great facility. It's definitely something, if you can get to it. It'll be fun. They do a great job up there. Karen Bredebeck, she's a workaholic, man. She's great. She's
Her and Bill for sure. All right.
just like the boys, relentless and tenacious, and I love it. Go ahead, Matt. We'll pick you up.
See if it
How's
works.
this? Is this better now? Or are we still getting the same?
Let's go with it.
Go for
Okay,
it.
well, we're just gonna go with I'll make it a little bit quicker then.
It's there. Just so we all know, it is there, Matt. But go ahead. Let's see.
Well, like you said, we threw this together quickly, so what we'll have to deal with it, as we say.
It's fine.
Some of our special people that are helping us out. We've got another secret weapon in Minnesota in Paige Kern. She runs probably the biggest and best junior program in a very small town, in some makeshift courts, and actually it's in a horse arena, believe it or not. The courts are, and she does a phenomenal job with the people. Of course, we've got some new friends here with Minnesota, Venn Tax and Bookkeeping. They are one of our official sponsors. And then the last and not least is our VIP lounge last year. If you were up at the tournament, we had a VIP lounge. We're going to do it bigger and better this year. And the people that are sponsoring that is actually another racquetball club. It's called The Club. Up in St. Cloud, Gus Pena, Jason Krantz, and the whole group up there. They'll be sponsoring the VIP lounge. They do have a tournament coming up, which is why I won't be in Arizona, January 16th through the 18th. So I invite everybody to get up there for that. But the University of Minnesota, phenomenal facility. As you guys both know, you've been here many times. And the amount of people we have behind the scenes doing this for the 37th consecutive year is pretty crazy, and it can't be done without all of those people that were mentioned and many more. There's not enough time or enough clear radio for radio. Look, that's how old I am. I'm calling it radio. To go over that, but I just wanted to personally invite everybody. Please get out on, it's on R2. It's also, you can get the link through mnracquetball.org. Get signed up. It's once in a life experience to get that up close and personal with the pros.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Matt, I know, ultimately what we as players and fans from across the country or out of the country, what you'd like to get out of this is get some more signups, right? Go to R2
Yep.
Sports, go search the event, get in there and sign up and go play. The more we play tournaments, the more people like the Keith Miners, the Mark Franks, the Matt Millers, the Leos are motivated to give back, because I can promise you this, the energy that we as fans and players put in, all of these other people behind the scenes, and I've been, fortunate enough to wear various hats as a player, a promoter. They love it. Matt's here. He loves the sport. Leo and I are here. We love the sport. So, going to play tournaments, you don't have to write a big fat check. Go play, have an amazing experience. It's racquetball. It's what we all fell in love with. But at the end of the day, you're going to keep these guys going. And that includes the people that are writing the checks. We can all give something. So, Matt, is it fair to say that out of you being on here, long overdue, buddy, by the way, my apologies,
That's right.
is to get some signups?
100%. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. And obviously, the earlier people sign up, the better. It helps every tournament director and coordinator to do that. But the other thing that I always say about, and the reason I mentioned some of these names is, you are 100% correct. This stuff can't happen without the Mark Franks, the Keith Miners, the Fritz Bredenbecks of the world. So I always respectfully ask everyone, you know what their goods and services are that these companies and persons provide. Give them a chance. If you're in the need or the market for any of the services that they provide, give them a call. Give them a chance. That's all I ask. I think you'll be surprised. In most cases, or if not all cases, the people who help support racquetball are genuine, wonderful people, and doing business with them is the least we can do to help give back.
I agree.
Well said, Matt.
Matt, sorry about the noise. I don't know if you can't hear it, but
I can't hear anything. No, it's fine.
it's pretty bad. So I'm sorry about that happened. But thank you for coming on the show last minute notice. Let's do this again. Suds, maybe
I
we
would
can
love to.
fix my Matt's cord, but Beyond the Court is back. This is just a recap, and we wanted to have you on. I know it was last minute, so thank you. For taking some time out of your schedule today, and tell everybody one last time where they can find the info.
mnracquetball.org, or you can always go to R2 and search the sites. Again, it is February 26th through March 1st, University of Minnesota. We'd love to have you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Matt.
Matt. Is that Simone or you? I like that. I like that little hand clapping at the end.
We got all kinds of new stuff going on. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully our next guest won't have those same audio issues.
Yeah, good event. I mean, and again, shame on me. Our next guest, another guy that's been writing checks and doing other things. Mike Kinkin and Team Dovetail, the companies that are doing this, and this maybe is a good segue to bring in the new president of Formula Flow North America. And Mike, I welcome you. I know we're all spread out in different time zones, so thank you for, I'll just say, waking up early. It's not my job to tell people where you're at, but did I say that right, Mike? Is president of Formula Flow North America?
That's correct. Been working with Momo over really the last year.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on one second.
Why is it though our guests? Sorry, everyone. Good thing. Why is it our guests, but you and I are fine?
Earlier, Mike and I were on testing, and he was fine.
Do we have any IT people here that in the chat? That's really bizarre.
Let's try this.
You're just going to leave me here alone? No, I still hear it. Mike, can you hear that, or is anyone? It's pretty hard.
Okay. Let's ask Mike to leave and disconnect, and then come and relog back in.
Man,
So,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So, Mike, if you can just disconnect and then come back in, that might help. Give him a fresh connect. He may have been sitting in the green room a little too long, and so yeah.
Well, thank you for everyone's patience. That's kind of strange, huh? That I wonder if it's something to do with the restreaming, that we're using, like their service, because you and I are fine.
Yeah. Listen, okay. He's back in the green room. Let's see if we can get him back in.
Keeping the hands crossed here.
Hey,
there he is. He's back.
How we feel? Mike?
how's that?
Sound good.
Sounds better. I'm gonna let you take the floor, Mike. You're gonna tell us the exciting news and what's going on and what's coming, because I think it's great.
Well, over the last year, Momo and I have been working together with Formula Flow, trying to develop a plan that we can better serve the North American market. And I think during this time of December, we finally came up with a plan. Got some financial backing to help that, and looking to get some new rackets out. Middle of February to March, we'll have all the new equipment, bags, gloves, strings, you name it, anything racquetball related, we'll have out. We're a little late to the show this year on that, but doesn't mean that we're not going to have a good party. I'm looking forward to the new rackets. I'll have them in my hands over the next couple of days, and they're going to be a little bit stiffer than the current model, which is our blue Flow 3 model. And looking forward to moving forward with this. I'm excited about it. I've got a good team that's developing around me. Uh, just waiting on equipment, and I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Nice. Mike, you've always, had a passion for racquetball, but when I was, with you at Team Dovetail, we had talked about, some things similar to this, about exploring things like this, your interest, and how does it feel now? And how long really had you been thinking about, change, not necessarily changing paths, but this new position with Formula Flow and taking it where you want to go?
I've always had the passion for racquetball. As you know, Leo, I probably don't always get along with people in the right way and stuff. I kind of say what's on my chest and kind of go from there. But the passion's there for the sport. I love it. I think we have a great opportunity to grow the sport now.
Mhm.
It's always been on my mind. I think it's something that's always been there. The team was to try to give back. It's because of Keith Miner that I was doing some of this stuff. I looked at what he was doing for the sport and the way that he gives back, and I can't do it on the same scale as Keith. But I can work hard and try my best. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you work hard and you try your best, you sometimes fail, and you pick yourself back up and you keep going. And I
Mhm.
think that's where we're at. We're picking ourselves up. We're helping Momo out. He's had the company now, I believe, 4 years. Probably started 5 years ago, but for the
Mhm.
last 4 years, he's been developing rackets. He's given it his all. Needed a little bit of help. We can't all do it ourselves, and so we're developing that. I think that we're going to be a brand that's developed by players for players.
Mhm.
I think that we can, we can take the advice of people. We can listen to them. Sudsy, we're sending you out a couple of rackets. You probably have them tomorrow. We want your feedback on it, what you think of them, and then develop it from there. Are we gonna, do we have 30 years experience in developing rackets? No, we don't. There's only a couple of those manufacturers left. But
Mhm.
one thing is that we got renewed energy. We got a vigor to want to learn more, and the only way we're going to learn more is ask the right questions and developing a solid team around us. Formula Flow already has some great players, and we're looking forward to bringing a few more on board, and especially in North America here. Looking forward to working with Canada and Mexico and developing more of a presence up there. Through Team Dovetail, we've done some stuff over in Ireland, looking to expand our presence over there as well.
Mhm.
Now, this isn't all going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take some money. It's going to take reinvestment into the product. Um, but we do have a commitment. We do have some financial backing that's going to help
Mhm.
that, and we're really looking forward to what the next couple of years will bring us. The new racket that's coming out it's pretty sharp. I wish I had it here to show you and stuff. I don't. Um, but you can go online, formulaflow.com, and over the next couple of days you'll be able to check some of that stuff out. I am going to let you know, not all the products available. It's going to say not available, not available. We understand that. But uh, keep following us. We're gonna, we'll make more announcements as they come through.
Mhm.
But it's going to take development. Hope to have rackets again. We repeat, middle of February to March, we should have all the new equipment in, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, Mike, are you willing to take a couple questions from the chat? We got a couple in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Daniel
yeah,
Parker
most
has a
definitely.
question. He says, any chance those Formula Flow products might be shown at nationals?
The rackets, yeah, we probably will have the rackets there. I don't see why that won't be there. I will be there. So if I'm there, I'll be bringing as much stuff as we can to introduce people more to the product. We haven't over the years always been out there promoting real big what Formula Flow is. I think that's the next step in developing this brand, is getting out there and putting rackets in people's hands and letting them see what they think. We've had some people in my area, in the Sarasota area, try it and stuff, and we're getting some very positive feedback. And I'm just excited about it. I'm excited about some of the new partnerships and stuff that we've got coming up, and I think that'll be some big news in racquetball.
Jason Klein says that we need more options and some better equipment in Canada. Can Formula Flow come up to Canada?
Well, I definitely hope we could come up to Canada. We want to give options and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think Canada, all the countries need to unite and be as strong as we can be with racquetball. It's not just an American sport anymore. It's a North America, South America, Ireland, Germany, you name the countries, they're starting to participate. Yeah, we've taken a big decline. We're not trying to kid anybody about that, but why can't we?
We just got booted off. Yeah, I mean, Leo, I'm sure he'll be back in. A lot of people don't realize that, in Bolivia, racquetball is the #1 sport by far. Conrado's known by everybody. And that's really, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you just got booted. But,
Yeah.
In Bolivia, Formula Flow, is it fair to say they're dominating the market? And
Yeah, you know what, they're doing a great job down there, and I believe that's what Momo's really wanting to focus on. He wants to focus on that market down there. He was telling me that they sold 50,000 balls last year, the blue Formula Flow ball, and I think that's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ball that had opportunity to play with. It's just a little bit faster than the Gearbox Black that's been used over the last, I believe, 3 years. And I think it's a good ball. And I think I'll lead that into, some news here, that we are going to be joining with the IRT, Formula Flow, and the blue ball is going to be the new ball for the upcoming tour season, starting in January.
Wow.
Gearbox contract ends at the end of the year.
wow,
And I've been
that's
working with
big
them.
news.
Yeah, it is big news.
Industry news.
And we're hoping that people really enjoy it. We've gotten the ball out to several different markets and stuff. It seems to be playing very favorable. It's a durable ball. Had very little breakage.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a ball that you can see a little bit better when you play with it. It is not the pen purple. I don't want anybody to get confused when I say it's a little bit faster. It is
Mm-hmm.
it is not the pen purple. It was designed to be
Or the pen
purple.
green, the
Or
fastest
the
of
pen
them all.
green, for that matter. Yes.
No, it's a great ball. I mean, optically, it looks fantastic on the court. I think that's huge, exciting news. You heard it here first. What a way to be back on beyond the
Right.
court. Formula Flow is now, starting January 1, the official ball of the IRT, and it will be the Formula Flow blue ball, which, by the way, I
Right.
recently, Mike, did a little poll on my one of my pages, and overwhelmingly people preferred the blue ball versus the black. Any brand, any company.
Yeah.
But we obviously, congratulations to Formula Flow. I know you and your team worked very hard on that. And I
Yes.
think that's great for IRT, great for the players. And
Right.
man, what a way to, I'm stealing Doug Gannam's words, to activate your now entry Formula Flow into the North American market, I mean, that might be the biggest stage and platform of them all
You gotta have balls.
the ball.
I hope so. I believe, I really do believe in this ball. I enjoy playing with it. It has a little bit more grip to it when you're pinching and splatting and stuff. It seems to play a little bit more consistent in my, that's my opinion. Um, but I do want to thank Gearbox for all the time and stuff that they've put into it. Momo has a Gearbox background. He worked with them, over the years and everything. Uh, we just feel it's a good opportunity for our company. And Momo is the CEO of this thing. He is leading it. Go
Mike,
ahead,
let
Sudsy.
me just jump in, because for those of you that don't know who Momo is, we
Yeah.
talk like we're behind the scenes. That's Mauricio Zelada.
Yeah.
He is from Bolivia, lives here in the States. Amazing human, great guy, has plenty of years on tour in various, countries and matches, and very well respected, well liked. And Mike, I think you said it best at the beginning. He just needed a little bit of help, a little push. You
Right.
were able to bring that with your team, and I think that this is great for Momo, aka Mauricio Zelada. So Momo,
Right.
if you're watching, now you're Momo. That's who Momo is, everyone.
Yeah, if you follow racquetball, Mauricio's a lot of you've seen him play. He plays pro events. He's at tournaments. Promoting his brand. So, and if you don't follow racquetball, then Momo's an awesome guy. He loves racquetball, and that's this is huge. This is industry news.
Mike, we got.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
any other bombs you can drop on us? That's a good one. That's a big. That's. I mean,
No,
when
I
was the
think
last
I
a
think
ball change?
we'll leave it with that, and let the IRT come out and make an official announcement on it and stuff.
Well,
I
thank
think
you.
it is important again to thank Gearbox for all that they've done to the sport. We've all used
Yeah.
their product, their equipment. They have definitely been a leading force in this industry. We hope that they continue on producing rackets and everything. They produce a great racket. All the companies right now are producing good equipment, and we just want to be a part of that fray. We want to try to introduce some new ideas, new technology and stuff. Again, it takes time to develop this stuff, but we're going to develop the staff around us that's going to help us deliver the best product that we can. We stand behind it. If a racket breaks, which fortunately we don't have that many rackets breaking, but if it does, we stand behind it. You reach out to us if you got questions. On Facebook, reach out to me and stuff. Go ahead. So
One of the things, Mike, I love already that you and your team are doing, and I know, listen, forgive me if I shouldn't be releasing this. I know you don't really want to, like you said, some things won't be available. You don't really want to make that grand entrance until you know you have product for everyone. Is that fair to say? Did I say that right?
right. No, you're absolutely right. And we want to deliver the whole pizza, not just give you a slice here and there. We want to deliver the whole thing. And that's where we've kind of come in, and we've started getting a lot of the equipment in Florida. So we've been starting to ship the stuff out of Florida. We just need to get more of it. And with Momo doing so well there in Bolivia and stuff, he really has to maintain the focus there.
Can you
The
tell us a
product
little
is
bit
good.
about that? Because that's a question, sorry, Leo, that we get often is where are they made? Where are they coming from? Like if you can.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. All the rackets are made overseas, and everybody knows what that means. Um, there are only a few manufacturers over there in China that are
Two,
that are
I
doing
think.
it. I would love two or three, yeah. And I would love, to have a presence here in the States doing it. It's hard for us to compete labor wise with that. They got the technology down and stuff, the years of development and stuff that would take us to gear up, machine up. I don't know if it's an option. But you never know. You never say never. Uh, we keep looking into it and go from there. But we've got probably I'm not going to talk numbers on rackets and stuff that we have coming in, but we've got a pretty substantial, you know, the bags, the
Right.
gloves, you know, right hand, left hand. We're looking at doing a black and a white glove. To begin with, we'll have the black glove, but we have done white in the past, and we'll probably bring that out. We're going to do more color matching as far as matching with the rackets and everything. So we are looking forward to it. We're going to offer a 165 and a 170. We're getting some more requests for some of heavier rackets, so you know that's probably something that we'll do down the road. But every of those, you know, whenever you do those options, it's more cost. And right now we're looking at bringing out products that fit a good group of people and make sense, you know, economically, and then we'll try to grow it from there. But it again, I'm going to repeat, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, when
And
it
if you
comes to
play
the balls,
racquetball, you're
I'm
a
sorry.
good group of people, by the way. Sorry, go ahead, Leah.
No, when it comes to the balls,
Yeah.
though, you know that's the biggest thing. You know that'll be the big topic thing. Now,
Yeah.
when and where and how soon can people get these Formula Flow balls?
Okay, so we've got probably around 1,500 balls in the States right now. We've got to keep some for the tournaments and everything. The beginning of February to the middle of February, we'll have plenty of
Okay.
balls in state, and we'll be able to, and they'll be canned. They're going to be canned balls. You'll be able to open them up, and you know they're pressurized, so you'll be able to pull them off like the old days. That's something that I believe in. Does it make the ball last longer and stuff? I would like to think so. Um, but and you know the balls that are coming in are fresh balls, so everything that's going to be played with are new balls. They haven't sat on shelves for 6 months or a year or anything like that. Um, so we'll have it on the website. We'll be able to you'll be able to purchase through the IRT. We're looking at Amazon as another option. We really want to get in on Amazon now, but with all it takes, again, it takes time. But if you reach out to me and stuff, you want a set of three balls, we can make arrangements for the time being. I can't promise everybody that I'll be able to fulfill that. They sell for now at $9.95, and with which we gotta charge some shipping on that. But once we get into Amazon and stuff, I think that'll make things a lot easier. Hopefully, we could get into Racket World, have them as another supplier. Hopefully, we can get into clubs and offer them an opportunity to make a little bit of money. We really do want to give back to the sport. So yeah,
We've got
I'm excited about it, but we have a lot of work to do. And
Sure. It's a lot of work.
kind of go
Hey,
from
Mike,
there.
our friend Amir Amigo has a question. He says, "Hi, cool, great news about the ball. Is the Formula Flow blue ball for both indoor and outdoor?"
Well, we're hoping that it can be. Traditionally outdoor they've used a red ball or an orange ball or orange and black ball. But we're hoping to bring the blue ball into vogue to where it is the ball, indoor or outdoor. Whether that gets accepted or not, that's going to be up to the players. Again, we want to be a player's manufacturer. We want to produce product that the players really want to play with. We want to listen to them. We can't listen to every suggestion. I think we all know that everybody has ideas, everybody has thoughts. But we do want to listen to people and do the best that we can with it.
Yeah,
That's
I think Leo,
a great
my
question.
opinion. Yeah, we've talked about that, and at this point, I think a ball is a ball is a ball. We're going to
Yeah.
adjust to it. Your ball might be a little better, a look. The color might be better for TV, but as a player, and believe me when I tell you, I think I have a little experience on this.
A little bit.
98% of the people won't. 99 won't know the difference, whatever color you painted it. And there was a drastic difference when the black ball came into play, no
Yes.
doubt.
Yes.
But as far as indoor, outdoor, I think we need one ball. I see Jeff Stark a USA Hall of Famer. He says we
Yes.
should have only one ball, my opinion. I agree fully with that. I've been saying that for a long time. And Mike, I think again, speaking offline, I know you are looking to develop kind of a hybrid ball that would be used for both indoor and outdoor. And oh, by the way, balls can be used for so many different types of cross training. So,
Oh, sure.
all other sports, I've been coaching basketball, baseball, soccer, football. Take a racquetball and you can implement that into some sort of training for your athletes outside. So I think you have a great opportunity and you're coming in, hopefully, not only for you and for Formula Flow and Momo, but the right time that racquetball is just seen more. It gets more views,
Right.
however it does.
No, I'll tell you this, you talk about views and stuff, and there have been some, drastic changes made in the IRT. I don't know if everybody sees it and stuff. Keith Miner has taken over the majority ownership of the tour. He's invested a ton of money into it. People don't realize the amount of money that goes into it. Not only putting his name up on the wall and stuff, which I can tell you firsthand is not important to him. He wants to see the sport survive. He wants to make a difference. And again, that's where my inspiration comes from. He wants to make a difference. If we can all just do little things to make a difference, then our sport will grow again.
Yeah,
How LA Fitness is closing. And, hey, if LSs are closing and stuff, maybe there's opportunity for some of these mom and pop clubs that were out there, to grow again. Maybe we start reinvesting into the mom and pop of the world and help them out, and we'll grow the sport again. Some say it's a pipe dream, maybe it is, but hey, man, I'd rather have a dream than be negative all the time. And we're not here to be, to be negative. We're here to figure out how do we grow the sport, and we grow the sport by giving back. And Sudsy, you've been doing it. Leo, you definitely been doing it. I've been trying my best, and we're gonna keep throwing stuff at the wall and figure out what sticks and what doesn't. Another thing I do want to add: Team Dovetail is not going anywhere. I don't care what racket that they play with and stuff. I believe that competition is good. I believe that, if a DJ Mendoza wants to play with a Pro Kenix racket and he really likes it and stuff, hey, I want you to play with that racket because I want you to feel the best that you can feel on the court playing with the racket that you want. Would I love him to play with the Formula Flow racket? Sure. Naomi Ross, I would love her to play with the Formula Flow racket. But if they're comfortable playing with the current setup that they're playing with, and they're happy with their commitments and stuff, I support them 100%. This is not some type of power play where everybody's got to play with the Formula Flow racket. I want people to play with it because they want to play with it. And if we can create that environment, then the whole racquetball community will be better. And I think competition is good. I think that, I want Gearbox there. I want Pro Kenix there. I want Head there. I hope maybe another brand will step up and be there. Competition is good.
Well,
Well
Mike,
said.
yeah,
Well
thank
said.
you for very well said. And like the comments are flowing, speaking life into racquetball from my buddy Steve Mejia. Rhonda Stevens King is in here. She's loving it. Positivity, yes, from Bob Frazier. So, thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing the industry news about the ball. That's huge.
I don't know if we should have waited or if we should have done and not done it, but you know what? Good news is good news. And, I think it's good news for Formula Flow. I think it's good news for the IRT. We've made a commitment to them. We have made a financial commitment to them. And contract's been written up, and we're ready to roll with it.
Looking forward to seeing what's coming from Formula Flow, the IRT. Again, huge news. You heard it here first with us. IRT and Formula Flow are in agreement, and the Formula Flow blue ball will be the new ball starting January 1. So the next men's IRT event will be with the new blue ball. I'm
Yes.
sure a bunch of the players are out there hitting them and getting ready because it's going to be different. I love it. I think the color is the right choice for this. And Mike, we know you're working hard, so we're going to let you go. I'm
I
also not going
appreciate
to
it.
disclose what you're doing, but I'll say thank you to you and your wife
Yes.
for the short notice. And, we'll definitely have you on again. I know Leo and I were talking about it already. And if you're going to stay and listen, you might hear your name come up again here when we let you go.
Hey, real quick, man. I want to say a couple thank yous. Okay. Yes, I want to say thank you to my wife, Kristen, and stuff. Without her support, none of this happens. I want to thank Cindy, who is my right hand person at my business.
Oh yeah.
She does a lot for me behind the scenes. A lot of stuff. And I want to really thank Keith Miner and stuff for believing in some of the conversations that we've had, and his support and his belief that if we do things right, the right thing will happen. There will always be bumps in the roads, and looking forward to this upcoming year. On another note, we are still doing WTR. Yes, it's been quiet and stuff because the focus has been on the IRT, which I think is very, very important. But we are going to do a couple of WTR events coming up, and hopefully we'll have some of the pros involved in that. But a lot of the amateur side, it's proving to be a very fun way of doing the sport.
Great.
So thank you, Leo and Sudsy too. I don't want to, leave you guys out for, inviting me on to the show and everything, and letting people hear some of what's going on here.
Well, I have one last comment. I got a text
Yeah.
from somebody that we both know, said something about, are the cabinets in? He said, Mark Frank says, hello, Mike. And of course, congrats. And he's excited for
And
you.
hey, thank you to Mark Franks and all that he's doing, and all the sponsors that are up on the IRT wall and stuff. There are some new names up there, Black and White being one of them. Obviously, Mark and Papa Nicholas, and I can go on. The team, Dave Negretti and Adam and Pablo and everything, working hard to get this developed. And they've been doing it a year. We had a conversation, and it's been a year since Keith has taken over the majority ownership of it. And there's going to be some big things happening over the next year. Social media is going to get bigger. There's going to be new sponsors, and we're looking forward to seeing who those are. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man.
No worries, Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day, and then we'll talk again.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
There he is, everybody. Mike Kinkin taking on another big role.
Man, let's be honest. Neither of us knew that the IRT is changing balls, and it's quite the change. It's not like a different gearbox ball. And it was nice that Mike's, he said thank you to Gearbox. And of course, it's never, competition's good, but things happen. The sport changes, Leo. I mean, you've been
Things
a
shift.
part of it also. Penn was the dominant force, and went from Penn to Gearbox, and now Formula Flow January 1. So looks like we got to start hitting some new balls.
A shift in the racquetball universe. That's a big shift.
Yeah, Keith Miner's not going to be involved unless he wants to make changes. And like Mike said, the thing is, I think we are conditioned now, right? We want everything to happen immediately, and there is so much going on that so many people are truly working at to try to get it going. I mean, look, we announced this show, Leo. How many messages did we get about how happy people were? And the reality of it is, yeah, we're busy, and if Mark Frank, my boss, we both work for him, it's the middle of the day and he's letting us do this. He loves racquetball. It's so important. It's just not that easy. But the passion is there. I never, ever questioned the passion of any of these people involved. But I think Keith is, he wants to see some things start moving in a direction that us old school players stop saying or don't hear. Well, it's the same thing. And that's Keith. He's going to go at it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Great energy between those three. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Let's do it.
Because we got some things we want to finish off with before we let everybody go. And speaking of.
Sorry about that. I'm back. I was just talking to Mom. Leo, Mom says hi. I said, if she wants, make a little cameo. She's well known in the sport.
Hey, don't forget, we have an awesome promo going on right now at Frank Hotels. Frosty 15 and Frosty 20. You pick Frosty 15. If you just stay one night, you get 15% off any of our 15 properties. Stay 2 nights or more and use Frosty 20 and you get 20% off. 2 nights or more. You stay 3 nights, 4 nights.
That's a better deal than we get.
Frosty 15, Frosty 20. It's easy. Go to frankhotels.com, scroll down, put in some dates. You don't even have to pick a property. You can just put in the dates and put in the promo code and then scroll down. It'll list all the available properties that have rooms and it'll show your discount. Pretty easy.
Yeah, and really, it's an amazing company. The properties are all super unique, whether you want to be in the mountains and skiing or by the beach, or you want to be on the Pacific Northwest, the coast. You really, until you feel them and live it and see it and smell it, it's hard to imagine. But the properties are amazing. Mark's done an incredible job, and it's great having now Landon involved. And he's built a good team, and we're grateful and thankful to be part of that team. So I'm sure he might not be watching because Mark might,
he might be on the court.
He might play more racquetball than any of us.
He's hitting some balls right now. He's hitting a Formula Flow ball right now.
We got a good little matchup this weekend.
What is
We're
it?
going to be Jason Samora is coming down for a little practice session.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the fourth?
Well, Veronica, me, Mark.
Annie?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's you get the invite. It's tough to pass up. But all right, Leo, let's shoot through it. What do we got?
Yeah, just kind of wanted to recap the year for everybody in case you didn't keep up with what was going on. USAR had a phenomenal year this year. They put on almost 200 sanctioned tournaments in 2025. Had to kind of dig deep in the woods in there, but that's a pretty healthy number for those of you that are curious. Almost 200 sanctioned events, but their big events were the high school nationals, the intercollegiates, the indoors, and then the junior nationals. Those are their 4 major events. They went to Portland, they went to Raleigh, they went to Pleasanton, and then they went to Minnesota. Couple fun facts: Veta Sports Concord hosted 10 events in 2025.
And Veta is in St. Louis, if I'm right.
Yes. Yeah. Dan Whitley and his team. 10 events they hosted in 2025. So I'm sure they're pretty proud of that.
That mom's out here, Leo. She wants to make a cameo, maybe say hello. If she comes in. Nope, she said no. Maybe a little quick one. She wants to say hi to you, Leo.
I can hear her. Just tell her yell out.
Curious who's responsible for my involvement in the sport and being able to hit it backhand or forehand. Come say hi. Come on.
Dropping you off at the club every day. Hey, Mom.
We've met.
Oh yeah.
Good
Many
afternoon.
U.S. Opens.
So
She's not taking any questions from anyone. So we want
That's it.
Chat is closed.
Yeah.
We don't want you giving out the dirt. So
I'm gonna send you some pictures. I'm going to send you some pictures because Suds said you asked about Mike Yellen. So I'm going to send you some photos.
Curious. Yeah.
Told him he looks very different nowadays. But all right, Mom, see you in a minute. There's my mom. I know. She's much cuter than I am, man.
Now I feel like I got to get my mom over here.
We could do a Mother's Day thing.
We could do a Mom's Day show. Let's do it.
More energy than most of us, by the way. But all right, what do we got? So yeah, that's great. Yeah, Veta Sports in St. Louis. 200 events. That's incredible, Leo. I did not know that. All right, now you can ask questions. Mom left. Yeah. All right, what do you got next?
I'm gonna put the chat up too because you guys know I love the chat. So if you have some questions while we're going through our top, okay, IRF, they had a phenomenal year.
Okay,
you're very familiar with international competition. Started out with the Pan Ams in May. I'm sure. How many of those did you play in?
The Pan Ams, I competed. So there's the Pan Am Games. It's once every 4 years. That's the second biggest international sporting event, only to the Olympics, as far as athlete participation, number of sports, and all that. I played in one
Pan Am Games. What about
Double
Pan
gold,
Americans?
double gold for Team USA with my partner Tim Sweeney. That was in Argentina. That was amazing. One of, if not the greatest experience I've ever had, Leo, besides some US Open ones. National anthem being played. You can't not get a little teary-eyed. It was incredible. Veronica's played in a few, and I've coached in a few.
Of course, we sponsored the IRF World Seniors in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Gary Mazeroff and his team, they did a phenomenal job this year as well. Then we moved into the World Games in August in Chengdu.
Hold on. What you did, that World Championships, real quick, I got to give you a little pat on the back here. That was a 100% fundraiser for USA Racquetball to host the World Championships in San Antonio. And Leo, let's be honest, I may have came up with the idea, kind of we walked and talked about through it, but you did do it and you organized it and you got it and, you raised, I think we raised, what did we raise? How much? Like
almost $12,000. We had 16 players pay a big entry fee plus donations. We set a goal. You got with Mike Grizz. Yep. We came up with the number. Those guys met the goal. We had a fun time, and yes, that did help the team get to China. So thank you.
No, to host the Worlds. I'm sorry, but anyway, go ahead. Yeah, thank you.
Then we went into the Junior World Championships that just happened in Santo Domingo.
Did you watch that mixed doubles match?
Oh yes.
With Costa Rica and Bolivia?
Yes.
Oh, that was movie-like.
Yeah. The Junior World Championships were awesome. They had 253 kids over there. In the 21 and unders, the big divisions. It was Jonathan Flores.
Do you like the 21 and under? You're an old school traditional racquetball guy.
I just grew up with 18s and then and then the 21s came in. So I recognize that too. I mean, it's just a higher up. It's kind of like when we had A's and then they had like a double A or an elite. They kind of brought in another division. But Jonathan Flores went down there and defeated Nicolas Ramiro Iglesias Rivera.
Yeah, Flores right now, Jonathan Flores, if you don't know, and I'll say another name, but to me, I think we've talked about this, is probably the most talented with the most weapons needed to be a real force on the IRT. And if you don't believe me, the first time he ever played Kane, he went 11-8 breaker with him. And
Chicago, I was there. Yeah,
I couldn't wait to talk to Kane to get his feedback on it. But I'll let him tell that when we have him on the show. So that was amazing. The other person, congrats, by the way, to DJ and Naomi, Team USA,
mixed.
gold medal, mix. That was great. My team, my other heart and soul team, Team Ecuador, did very well. Loved seeing those guys. But let me tell you, what I'm going to tell you, Leo, remember this name, everyone. There's a girl from Costa Rica. She jumps out at me that if she puts it all together and figures it out, she'll be a force. Larissa, it's pronounced Fayet, but she almost triple gold.
I saw her play with Andreas.
She's 14, yes.
Acuna at the Worlds.
Yes.
World Games.
She's already starting to get some adult internet. She hits the crap out of the ball. She reminds me of a Mari Cruz Ortiz a little bit. She's got to now learn how to play. Figure this out. She's got to go take the wins and the losses. But I'm telling you, to me, she jumps out as somebody that actually, again, could be a pro to be reckoned with, so to speak. Yeah.
I've seen her. I know who she is. I watched her play. She's an amazing player. And not to finish off of the Junior Worlds, Camila Rivero, she won the 21 and unders. She beat Rebecca Amaya Arlaya.
And I think she did it kind of easily too, right? I want to say, I don't think she lost. Flores didn't lose a game.
Camila went down there and she balled out.
She balled out. Yeah, Camila, good job. Congrats. It was cool. Veronica and I watched a lot of it. It's fun, man. Like we said, we love racquetball. I thought Gary Mazeroff, of course, Gustavo, those guys are on the mic. It's Leo, we've done it. They're sitting there for 10 matches a day.
Yeah, they did it.
One night, Veronica and I sent a little Venmo and was like, get a bottle of wine, go have a beer or something. They were grateful, but Gary and Gustavo, it's not easy. I'll tell you, could you sit there with me for 10 matches in a row? Probably not.
It's tough. And doing it every day for
every day. It's impressive.
7 or 8 days. So yeah, hats off to the IRF, Morrow, and all of his team and everybody there. They had a fantastic year
Dean,
at the IRF, and Dean, sure.
Yeah.
What do we got? What's up next? LPRT. Let me.
Maria Vargas, the #1 player in the world, just said hi gringo somewhere in there. So I don't know, Maria, if you're still on, shoot me a message. We'll send you a link. You can come say hi to everybody. But congrats to Maria Vargas. Incredible season. I mean, just the most consistent player. She's balling out. She's raised her game, working hard. Of course, the greatest of all time, Paola Longoria. She's the hardest working player in all of racquetball, I think, with her political career. She's definitely, I think it's fair to say she's probably not on the court as much as she was prior to her new political career. Monsi, incredible. Monsi Mejia, pursuing her dental career now. Gabby Martinez, I know, is in school. Yeah, I think the women's tour is looking good. A lot of fun.
Yeah. They started out 2025 really hot. They had 7 events, I think, on their website calendar. But then I think they have 10 events total. That they participate in. Some of them aren't like when they go to outdoors or. But yeah, healthy tour, looking really good. They've already got 2 events on the calendar for next year. So they're going to be filling in the calendar up for 2026, but and you can see the rankings. Yeah, you can see the rankings there on the screen. I mean, it's going to be an interesting season, I think, for the LPRT. I think the top 3 is still going to be super tight.
Yeah, it's fun, and we'll see it. And I know we'll get to, they have the Arizona LPRT coming up here in a couple weeks in January. We see Larissa. Thank you, Daniel Parker, telling us that Larissa, the junior girl from Costa Rica I just mentioned, will be there. She's going to have to take a lumps. That's part of the growth. Veronica knows very well all about it because she was on tour very young also. She came up at 14, 15 from Ecuador, and she had to go through some of the greats, the Ronda Rasiches, Cheryl Godinez, she's even played Christy Van Hees, but you have to get into that mix. I got my ass kicked right against Cliff at times. Kane, even though everyone thinks Kane just came in and became #1 overnight, which it sometimes feels that way. It's just part of the process, Larissa. So if you're watching or anyone that knows her, it'll be great to see you out there.
It'll be great to see, and it'll also be good to see if she can, cause an upset, catch somebody early, but we'll see. What else? And then since you mentioned the Arizona Open, Jim Winterton and all his people put on that event. I don't know if there's still time to enter or not. I think there would be. It's January the 15th to the 18th. So I'm
Blame
sure
Leo and I. Go enter.
Yeah, call Winty right now and tell me you want in. And then they'll follow that up with the Boston Open, March 5th through the 8th in Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Go Yankees.
Yeah, you just had to say that, huh? It's in your blood, huh?
100%.
Yeah. IRT. Wow. IRT had a 2025, I think, for the ages. Kane came back and, he won some events. I think Kane won. I'm trying to get my
We need
stats.
Todd Boss.
Kane won 3 events. Conrado won 2. And then Jake won his. And then Andreas won his first one.
Padilla. Yeah. I mean, I think, Leo, you just said it.
No, Acuna. Remember
Acuna.
at the World Singles and Doubles.
Those are, Kane and Conrado to me are right now are just on a different level. They're a few levels above whoever's next, whoever's ranked 3rd, 4th, 5th. But hopefully that motivates the players below them to do what they're doing. And hopefully those guys continue to fight. We'll have Kane on for sure. Conrado's getting more comfortable with, communicating in English, so we can bring him on. But yeah, those guys playing some phenomenal ball. I personally love still seeing Kane out there winning or in the mix, and just doing what he does. And if his body holds up and he wants to, I wouldn't be shocked how many more years he grabs an IRT singles title, at a tournament. So
they've got about 7 events up there now on the calendar. I've heard that there will be more. as they'll be putting them in later on in the year. But they've got the ones that need to be up as soon as possible. Starting with the Lewis Drug Pro-Am, 46th annual. That's
Can't
going to
wait.
be January 29th through February the 1st in Sioux Falls.
Amazing tournament. Again, I think it's 40 plus years. Mark Griffin's been running that up there. And can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what the tour is in store for this year. I mean, I think that's insane news, that they're going to be using a new ball. We haven't seen that happen in years, like that, because that's a drastic move, in Formula Flow. That's a great way to make that splash. I don't know how, but I'm sure not only Mike Kinkin and his team, with Formula Flow, I just feel that IRT and Keith Miner and his team played a big part in that. So it's going to be exciting.
Looking at those rankings there, you see any shifting? I mean, I know it does shift throughout the year, but do you see anybody making a jump? Do you see anybody falling off? Do you see anybody coming in?
You always like to load me with those questions, don't you? You just wanna...
Acuna is, you can see there on our little overlay, Acuna too.
I think Kane and Conrado are the two best players, hands down. I think any of those players are great and could beat each other at any time. The only ones that I'd be surprised losing, I shouldn't even say that. I think Leo, to answer that, all things equal, everybody's healthy. Fran Davis is calling. She must not know that we're doing this.
Where's Flores come in? When does Flores break
he's got
into
to play
this?
full time. You can't move up in the rankings unless you get out there and start playing full time. So it's hard to say, but I just think, I look at number 8 is Lalo. Lalo is now a commercial pilot, or he has his commercial license. I don't see a major jump. I do if I thought Flores was playing full time. Could I see him cracking top 8? Yeah, I'd have to get
That's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
If he goes full time, he gets the calendar, he puts it up on his wall, he circles every date, he gets his sponsors lined up, he's got his training lined up. I don't know if he would go as hard as you or Kane did when you came in, but I don't know that. I'm not questioning that.
Sure.
But if he went all in,
full committed.
Yeah.
Well, great question. Because
he has to want that too, right?
I would want to know the wiring. So you just pointed it out. How hard is he willing to go? Is he willing to make it a street fight at all
Every
costs
tournament
if needed? I just don't know him well enough. From an ability, skills, weapons, shot making ability, power, speed, he 100% has it all. But there's a lot of people that can do that.
Sure.
What's going to, get them to start? But yes, to simplify it, yes, I can see him being in the top 8. I think outworking some of the players these days, like physically making a decision. I'm just going to work harder than you.
Yes.
I think you can steal some wins and move up in ranking.
What about Diego Garcia?
Yeah, Diego's a beast, incredibly talented. Love him, great kid. Bolivia, so he comes from a good line of great players, and knows how to play, has those weapons. Absolutely could be top 8. Yes, so I can see five of those players not in the top 8, and insert 5 new ones. Alan Natera, if he's healthy and figures it out, does he slide in? No doubt. Jake always is going to work hard. A couple things he's got to fine tune.
A lot of questions for them to answer, not you.
Sure. Like I tell them all, I'd be like, look in the mirror. I'm not giving you credit for being in shape, being fit, working out. It's everything else that's going to make that, determine where you're going.
Mm-hmm. Good news. Good stuff. Okay. Let's see what we got.
The ladies are getting anxious, Leo. They're telling me, like, holding up signs over here. Tell Leo we got to go.
Okay. Well, let's play one quick commercial.
Okay.
And when we come back, we've got one big announcement to make.
Can't wait. right, we're back, and here we go. We're gonna close it out, but Leo, one thing I know we didn't forget. Oh, we're going right to that. Okay.
What?
KWM Gutterman World. No, wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
2026 U.S. Open. We will invite Cliff and Jeff on at some point. You and I don't know enough of the details about it, but that's a great reason to. We're going to support it fully, however we can. We're going to be there, but let's bring them in. We'll work that out somehow. But obviously, we should all look to go. That's in June, I believe.
I'll be there.
So we'll bring Jeff and Cliff Swain in and talk about that. And anytime Cliff and I are in the same room, it gets a little tense. So
You'll be separate.
You'll keep us
remote.
separated.
No, people have, we did get some requests, but just due to the timing and everything, but we'll have Cliff and Jeff on. We need those updates. If you don't follow Cliff or Jeff or Racquetball Revolution or any of the racquetball groups, get in there because Cliff has been posting video updates and I love those. So yeah, make sure US Open, make sure. I know you'll be.
And we love seeing Brian O'Melian. We're bringing it back, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, we'll bring Cliff in, talk about the US Open. All right, Leo, you want to go? You can send it over there to that.
Boom. Look at that right there. Lay into it. Let them know.
All right, I'm going to lay into it again. Leo, we were in Colorado and Keith Miner said to us, as Dr. Jim Heiser did an amazing job with the world singles and doubles in Colorado, Keith Miner said, I don't want to lose another tournament. And this is a big one. So he came to us and he said, will you run it? Will you continue it? And that's what we're going to do, except we're going to change the location. And it's going to be the KWM Gutterman World Racquetball Classic presented by Frank Hotels, September 10th through the 13th. You see it right there, 2026. Save the date. I wouldn't even say save the date. I would probably just go sign up. Sign up. I think, Leo, do we have the R2 up and running?
Nope, not yet. We will.
Get in there, enter, save the date, lock it in. It's an absolutely stunning time of year in the Pacific Northwest, those dates. We'll be there. It will be men's pros, women's pros. Make sure you're there. It's going to be great at the iconic Sunset Athletic Club. And Leo, you know what I love? That our team, you and I and Veronica, and of course, the first two guys to step up, Keith and Mark Frank, we're not going to have like 1,000 different divisions.
No.
We're going, the reason we named it, well, I'm going to let you talk about that. We all love racquetball, the classic.
Yes, we're going to go old school. It's going to be, everything that you want to have at a tournament that's important. We know what you guys like. The number one thing on the list is food. We're going to have great hospitality. We're going to have, secondly, a great facility, one location, all the courts in one place. And that means all the amateurs, all the pros. So the IRT, the LPRT, and the amateurs were all together under one roof at Sunset Athletic Club. It's an iconic club. It's old school racquetball. And it's going to be a great time. We'll have some events planned at night where we can gather after we play racquetball. It's going to be just like any other major event, except maybe not with, a bunch of drapery and some other things, which is nice. But when we put this event together, I think the biggest thing that Keith and Mark make their sentiments were is it brings us all together. It brings us together and we're all just balling and eating and drinking and watching the pros. And, I don't even think we're gonna do a Saturday night banquet, but no. Saturday night we're all gonna get together somewhere. Exactly. We've got some things going on that we're planning. We're still trying to finish up a couple of details, but we're gonna open the online entries January 1st. All right, and unfortunately, since we want to do it at one club, all right, and we have a limited amount of court time. I don't want to be, and I know you don't either want to be there at 2 a.m. Okay.
I feel like we're going to be anyway.
So let's get our 275 player max and let's lock it in. And then we'll have a waiting list. But I guarantee you this event will sell out. We can only take so many players. And I think that magic number will be 275. So just don't even worry about it. On January the 1st, we'll send out a notice that the online entries will be open, and then just get in there and get signed up. Start looking for your ticket. Start looking for your hotel. I think we have the hotel on the R2, so you'll be able to know which hotel is the closest hotel. I think it's 1.2 mile to the from the club.
Yeah, it's pretty close. There's a bunch around there, but that's the key. Leo, well said on that too. It's like, and we want to bring this energy, right? I mean, we're not going to ram the event down your throat, and we've heard that, right, Leo? We've heard it as players, like why this one's going to be better, or like just envision what you love about racquetball. It's going to be a classic racquetball event. One of the main things about using the one club, you know, we all remember we're all right there. I mean, it makes a huge difference. The cap to 275. I'll be begging Leo to raise it a little, but we're not. It actually probably should be 250. Just enter, get in. You don't want to miss it. Like, just come. It's going to be a great racquetball event, great energy. You're going to have the greatest men and women pros. They'll be there. That guy will be there right there. And I am, some of the creative stuff we're working on behind the scenes, and I'll just say it now because you can't sign up yet, but just to give you a little example, there's a really cool theater room at the Sunset Athletic Club in Portland. And thank you, Paul Madwell, intricate part of this, making this happen. You will all know Paul soon. We will have him on the show as well. You know, Leo, we talked about the theater room experience. So there's like this private theater room, big screen TV, and we're building it now, but just imagine having a facilitator, an interviewer, 2 players, 3 players with a match that's an iconic match that maybe you remember or was very important in the sport. And then some people sitting that are able to personally and privately ask questions. Hey, Kane, when you hit that serve to Rocky right there, can you stop the video? What were you thinking? And then Kane can talk to you about that, or Rocky, or me, or Jason Menino. Who knows? We're working on some fun things. I will not even say portable court. Nothing. It's not on the table. Although with Keith Miner involved, you just never know.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. Rhonda said, what city? Portland, Oregon. You're going to see a ton of that. We're going to go over that. You know, Leo, again, thank you for you know, being such a big part of it. And you and Veronica and some other people in the background. And of course, Keith and Mark for stepping up immediately. And now the real work begins. You know, now we got to go make it happen. But it's happening. And that's the thing. And Leo, that was the biggest difference for us when we said yes. At the end of the day, those guys said, go make it happen. We'll make sure we do our part. That's all I needed to hear. But with that said, we need the players. We're going to be seeking sponsorships. We'll leave that for later. But thank you again. And Leo will have that open January 1, the R2. Just sign up immediately. And if you have any questions, reach out directly to Leo, myself about it. And we'll go from there. But I'm looking forward to it, Leo. I think it's going to be an old school fun event. For sure.
It's going to be awesome. And we're asking you as the players, just like all the other event directors that pour their blood, sweat, and tears into hosting these events. You heard from Matt Miller, you know, the U.S. Open with Jeff and Cliff, and now it's our turn. You know, Suds and I have hosted events together, and we really can't wait. This is going to be big. We want you to be there. We don't want you to miss it. We want you to play in it. I don't want you just to show up. I want you to play in it. You know, we're going to have a new ball by then we're going to be playing with, and we're going to have some other fun things to do. And the pros are going to be there. You know, this isn't, you know, going to be an awesome amateur event, which goes on all over the state there in Oregon and Washington area. But we're going to have the pros. We're going to have the men. We're going to have the women. We're hoping that every one of them will be there. We'll do whatever we can to get them there for you all. And yeah, if you're interested in being a part of the event, just reach out to Suds and I and ask us. You know, we have sponsorship levels at every level, you know, from breakfast to lunch to dinner to hydration to court sponsorship. So we do need your support on this one. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
We need racquetball players to be racquetball players. Let's bring it. Let's have it. Let's have a good time. Let's
sell it out.
Sell it out. Yeah, right away. Leo, I'm just, I hope this is okay with you. I'm going to say it out loud just because there's going to be a waiting list. I mean, we did Treasure Coast. Whenever we did those events, Kane and I, there was always a waiting list. How about this? on January 1, and then we'll figure out a way. If you're one of the first 50 people to enter, not including the pros, amateurs, because, and we'll get to that some other time. Leo and I know how important it's about the amateurs.
Yes.
You know, we need the pros, and the pros are, it's vital. You got to have a professional tour. I'm pro player first in my brain. How about first 50 amateurs to enter are grandfathered in, and they always have an open spot. Like they always get their first right of refusal, basically. You okay with that?
Yeah.
If not, so the first 50 players that sign up for the KWM Classic will have a forever life spot in this event for as long as it goes. I think that'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool, because
Like a
imagine,
founding
you're,
founding
yeah, the first
member.
50 to get in there. And I think that'd be cool. You know, one of the things I always love about the US Open, remember, if you won, you were the champion, you get a spot in the front of the club. Like, so hey, what about for the players? You know, I don't care if you enter in the women's C division. I'm not sure if whatever divisions we have. Yes, there are age divisions.
And
So Bob,
Centurion. And
if you
Centurion.
enter in the Centurion doubles and you're one of the first 50, you forever get to be able to enter this event forever. So I just thought I'd throw that out there, Leo.
Even late? Can they enter late?
I'm sure we can bend some rules for our grandfathered in or grandmothered in players. So, Leo, I know, again, there it is, the KWM World Racquetball Classic, both tours, September 10th through the 13th, 2026, at the iconic Sunset Athletic Club. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be some very cool off-court intimate opportunities as well. We will do our best to keep all of us as 200 to 300 players as tight as we can. A lot of socializing, having fun, the things that made us fall in love with racquetball, hence the KWM Classic. With that, again, I don't, there's so much to say. We can go on and on. This has been great, Leo. I do want to hear from the fans. Please tell us, who do you want on the show? What do you want us to talk about? What are things you want to cover? And by the way, we have options too. We have non-racquetball players. I got a cool bunch of friends
Actors,
in my phone,
MMA
actors, athletes from other sports.
fighters,
I don't know if it'd be interesting. Would it be
professional
interesting to you?
athletes, golfers, baseball players,
What are topics?
former
Who are
basketball
players?
pros.
Yeah, let's spread it out. Leo and I still have to come up with
50
definitely
Cent.
where we're going, and we'll go from there. But Leo, any final words before I take us home?
Yeah, really quick. Just wanted to first of all say thank you to Ken Fife for allowing us to use his photos to help us promote these events. Thank you, Ken. I really appreciate it. But hey, thank you for the fans. I know we came on early with no notice. We were going to try to go on later in the night, but we had to pull everybody together because this person was on the East Coast and West Coast, and I'm in Texas. So thank you to our guests. Thank you, Matt Miller. I'm sorry about your audio issues. And to Mike Kinkin and Kristen Kinkin. Kristen, thank you for combing Mike's hair and making him look pretty so early. And thank you to the fans. It was so good to see you all. I took a little break from Facebook, and I didn't go anywhere. As you can tell, we've been working hard at Racquetball. We're going to work hard on our event, and we're working hard on Frank Hotels. So don't forget, when you support Frank Hotels, you support Racquetball, because Mark Frank supports Racquetball, and it all reciprocates. So thank you, Mark, for allowing me to do what I love at the same time. And thank my family. And thank you, Suds, calling me up and saying, hey, I got an idea. Let's go live. Let's have some coffee. And so thank you. Thank you for keeping the energy high. We had a lot of positive comments in the chat, and that's the way I like seeing it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see everyone. We were inundated with messages, how happy everyone was, and we always missed it, Leo and I. But the truth is, it takes time. It takes energy. It takes commitment. And Leo and I, Simone, when Simone's helping us out, there's other commitments going on. And again, I can't say it enough. We don't get paid. We're not paid for this, so if you want to support the show, I think Simone or Leo, you might have thrown that up there. You can Venmo it, and it helps, it helps. Again, it's back to the motivating, right? Like what the Mark Franks and the Keith Miners do to motivate the people with energy and to keep it going and keep our sport alive and make sure that, there's as much racquetball content out there as possible. I mean, I see in my algorithms, if there's not enough racquetball, I'm getting a bunch of other racket sports, whether it's pickleball or squash or badminton or tennis. And that's probably because you're just not getting enough racquetball scrolling through there. So it is what it is. But everyone, again, thank you so much. Leo, thank you so much. You always come through, bro. It was huge. We did it this morning. We got on a phone call because we were originally going tonight. Some things changed for a few of us, and you said, let's make it happen. So we appreciate that. And of course, all the fans for joining us. I saw some good numbers out of a Monday morning unannounced. You know, I think at times we had over 80 people watching. I know that doesn't sound amazing, but I could tell you that for unannounced, just we're dropping in. That's not bad, which tells us you're still there. You still want to hear from us. So we will be looking forward to coming back out. So
Yeah.
Leo, thanks again.
Thank you. And thank you to Keith Miner. I know Keith doesn't like us to, I wouldn't say he doesn't like us to say his name, but this isn't why he does it, you know? And I want to say thank you, Keith, and thank you, KWM Gutterman, for believing in racquetball and sticking with us. I hope that you'll just keep going. Let's keep it going, right? Let's keep going.
If you don't know that video, go find it in my YouTube or my Facebook. Scroll down, look for Keep It Going. Might make you a little teary-eyed because it was very meaningful. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon.
All right. See y'all on the next one.